Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101. I'm sad in the VMAs. Imagine Dragons right there. They were up last night for Best Alternative Song, a video, and they lost to Benson Boone. So you had Bleachers in there, Hozier, Imagine Dragons for Eyes Closed, Linkin Park, Friendly Fire, and Teddy Swims, and they lost. I was bummed. I wanted Imagine Dragons to win for Eyes Closed. I dig that song. I like the new record. I like it a lot. And so, speaking of which, I missed the beginning of that when Eminem came out and reenacted what he did probably 20 years ago. When I go back on it now, right? When it was,
I think it was 2000.
When he came out with Slim Shady and he had about 100 people look just like him. The
I think that was 25 years ago, Brian.
25?
I think so. I think it was 2000.
God. Time's crazy.
Well, we're all going to end up at the ground, as you always say.
I just don't know why you keep asking, because you end up upset every time.
Yeah, there's never been a good answer to that question.
Just
How
move
long
on,
ago was this?
Because look at you.
I'm just waiting for someone to say,
You
yeah,
look like you're going to cry.
that was 8 years ago. That actually was. Yeah, that's that. Dave Grohl, we announced yesterday about he had an Instagram post talking about how he's having a daughter out of marriage, and he's working through his marriage to earn back trust and forgiveness. Well, news came out that Dave Grohl hired a divorce lawyer before revealing that Instagram post that he had cheated on his wife and fathered the baby outside of a marriage. Now, I guess that sounds reasonable on his part, because I kind of think of like The Sopranos when Tony was going to divorce Carmela, and he went around and secured all of the good divorce lawyers in the area, even if you were going to use them or not, so she couldn't use them, because if you get to them first, then they can't use the same guy.
Also, I will tell you, so if anybody ever watched Dirty John, the Betty Broderick story, which was based on a true story, it was a woman. They were like, whatever, teenage lovers, married, had kids, been together a super long time. And I suppose she was like a stay-at-home mom. They didn't have like 5 kids, whatever, wants to leave her for the secretary. But what he does, because he's a lawyer and a good one, and he's learned and seen all this stuff, is right before you're actually going to leave that person, you almost give them the best relationship ever so you can get all your ducks in a row, okay? Because if you get them maybe out of the house and have the other one they haven't sold yet, now you get to keep that house and you put them in a lesser one. You move money around a certain way because you're like, no, I think we're about to put this in the kids' fund. So you give this false illusion and you set everything up, and then boom, you leave out of nowhere, and now they can be in a worse house and your money's moved around and they've retained a great lawyer and they've been keeping documents on you. And some people set you up. So keep your eyes out. If you feel like your relationship was about to end and all of a sudden he gets it together, just make sure he's not moving you out of houses and stuff like that. Keep an eye on it. And I feel like that. It's like, I'm going to regain your trust, honey. I'm going to make everything perfect. Dun, dun, dun.
Sounds like you've done your research, Kenzie.
No,
There's a whole show on it.
That's scary you case a little bit.
Well, let me tell you something. She killed him in real life.
Oh.
Bang, bang. And the girl he married.
I don't know that story.
Betty Broderick's story is wild. And I have to be honest, I watched the whole thing and was like, she's innocent. I don't know. I'm sorry. He really gets me.
Well, you saw relatability. You want to get a divorce lawyer.
I mean, he ruined her life. I mean, and then she ruined his. I don't see what the big deal
Well,
is.
she took it away, it sounds like. Not ruined it.
Well, tit for tat, baby.
Yeah, well, hopefully things don't go that route with the Dave Grohl situation. They do,
He needs to be careful, though. He needs to watch the Betty Broderick story and reconsider some of his actions lately.
I'll tell you, I went home and talked to Megan, my wife, about it for a second, and because she heard what you were talking about, Kenzie, on the air, how you would handle, and my wife was applauding you when I got home.
Oh, I love her.
Of course. You guys are probably commiserating behind my back. I don't know anything about.
I'm like, you make sure Brian behaves himself.
Because I said to her, in a way, as we all say, that we couldn't survive a cheating scandal, us three, meaning me, Brian, Kenzie, and Case, with all of our significant others, probably couldn't survive that. And I thought Megan was going to be a little pragmatic when I threw that at her, and she goes, $330 million Dave Grohl's got? Hell no. I'm taking every dollar and saying, peace out.
I'm so proud of her,
And I said,
ruin his life.
Maybe we shouldn't, we're just throwing our money together like in a washing machine bag basically right now. Maybe I should have, did something a little more careful.
What's she going to clean that account if you come home with news like that?
Now, clearly, the net worth situation's probably better on her part.
Yeah,
so.
you don't have anything. What's she going to take your amps? She doesn't want guitar pedals.
She could take my guitar.
Daughter?
Well, the daughter. We'd fight over
the
that.
daughter
There's a daughter. Then I
that
have.
you've grown quite fond of.
I love her to death, and I'm going to fight for her. But Megan was pretty clear once she found out Dave Grohl had a $330 million net worth that's her move.
Amen.
Yikes. Wow.
I would just be like, I get it. I understand you made a mistake. But here's what I'm going to do.
That's exactly how Megan said it.
No problem.
I forgive you. I'm piecing out. Give me that 9-figure fund.
Yeah.
And also, there's no indication that they did have a prenup. So Dave Grohl's been married for 23 years to her.
Excellent.
Now all of a sudden, Kenzie's like Mr. Burns. Excellent.
Very happy.
Now, he had a lot of money by then with Nirvana and the early part of the Foo Fighters, but certainly his net worth skyrocketed. And his wife, is a director, and she helped in the production of a lot of the videos and documentaries that they do so well.
So it's all hers anyways, if you think about it.
I don't know. Okay, all right. Calm the F down over there.
Suddenly I'm defending Dave Grohl. Back off.
The ticket window is open. Ticket Blitz Thursday.
On Q101.
And Ticket Blitz Thursday getting you to Riot Fest. No one can come after those tickets if you have them in your hand. They're yours.
I wouldn't cheat though, just in case.
The next 6 days. Don't do it. Don't do
Take
it.
those.
Kenzie walks up to your door, knocks on the door. Thank you. Grabs them out of your hand, takes the tickets. All right, so Riot Fest, obviously next weekend. I can't believe it's finally here. Fall Out Boy, back. The Offspring, St. Vincent, about 50 or 60 other bands that you're going to enjoy. Text the word Sublime. Sublime is there as well, with Jacob Knoll replacing his dad, Bradley Knoll, in the lineup. So 312-591-8300. Text Sublime. That is SUBLIME. 312-591-8300. Text that right now. Furnished by our awesome friends, our people, our family, Riot Fest. With Q101, as Riot Mike said on the show months back, that 22 years ago, when he was starting this little thing out called Riot Fest, and he called people about it, and no one picked up the phone except for our great lady Janine, who works in marketing back here at Q101, said, what can we do with you? And that started our relationship that long ago with Riot Fest. So text Sublime right now to 312-591-8300 for your chance to get to Riot Fest next week and see this wonderful band right here, Sublime. It's Brian and Kenzie on Q101.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101, Sum 41, performing at Riot Fest next week. And remember, Sublime is the word to text right now this hour, 312-591-8300, SUBLIME. That's how you get to Riot Fest, a chance at 3-day passes in Ticket Blitz Thursday, sponsored by Aurelio's Pizza. So do that if you haven't. If you have, once is enough. That's all we got. You're not going to get a second entry. It's not going to work. But a first one, Sublime, 312-591-8300. Now, other things going on locally besides Riot Fest. In fact, you don't have to wait till next week. Right now, you can head over to Lombard and go to the Yorktown Center, because this week, Funbox opened. It's a giant inflatable attraction in the mall parking lot, touted as the world's biggest bounce park. It is now open. The biggest bounce park in the world is in Lombard in the Yorktown Center parking lot.
That is my version of hell.
Is it?
I was going to say it's my version of heaven.
I know.
Absolutely not.
Why is that?
First off, I don't like jumpy things. I sprained my ankle on a trampoline, a water trampoline to be exact.
A water trampoline.
Yeah, and now I can't do it because I sprained my ankle every time I touch something bouncy like that. It's not good. I always fall. I have bad knees. It's not a good thing. Then, I'm assuming, do you know those obstacle course bouncy houses?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm talking about?
The more fun ones.
There, on almost all of them, is the squished together, bouncy material. We have to squeeze through to the other side.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
To go in the middle of it and be rebirthed, okay?
Yeah.
I can't do it. I have to turn around.
Did you get stuck?
No, I can't get myself. I don't like to crawl through things if I can't see the other side. I can't physically do it.
Claustrophobia.
It freaks me out. And I've had to turn around in a bouncy house because it's not built to double back, okay? It's a whole thing.
There's a line of people. You have to say, get right back up.
Excuse me. I need the rope. Move. I can't do it.
So now
There's no exit. I get stuck every time. I can't do it.
Now I need to know what we need to do is head out to Yorktown, the Lombard, and get you through there and video
I
it.
throw up.
I
can't.
You need to overcome this fear.
No.
Yeah, you do.
I can't do it. You see those videos where people like swim under something to get to the other side?
Yes.
No. I can't see the other side. I don't like it. I don't like being stuck somewhere in the hopes to get to the other area. I don't like it.
Well, if you are someone that likes to get stuck places, and the giant inflatable attraction is 25,000 square feet of bouncy house, and it's part of a larger plan to revitalize the shopping center and attract families, of course. The whole redevelopment's going on. In fact, there's a Tapville, a craft beer and cider franchise, a 90-unit residential community, and the shopping center will also have a community open park over the next few years, what they're doing. But the Fun Box is there now. If you want to take your kids out there or go for yourself.
Or maybe you're like adult friends who maybe have an afternoon free that would love to go.
Well, what you should do is go to the Tapville
and
get your buzz on and then go in the bouncy house.
You vomit all over the kids.
Do you know how fun it sounds right now to tear my meniscus jumping in this Fun Box?
Oh.
That would be perfect. That's the best way to spend the day.
I think
Where is your meniscus?
Where do you think it is?
I don't know. It sounds penal. I was asking.
Yep, you're right, Kenzie. I'd love to tear my penile meniscus at the Fun Box.
That's what I'm asking.
While he's trying to get to that birth canal in
Speaking of fun boxes, you know what I'm saying?
So it opened every Friday through Sunday through November 3rd. That's open over there at the mall. Okay, so you can go check it out. Take your kids. Listen, let them go for a couple hours in there. I imagine. I don't know if there's a time limit, how much it costs. Doesn't say, but head over there to that area, and it's revitalizing the mall. Also, finally, we had the rat hole phase last year where the rat hole took over Chicago and sadly got filled in. This could be the next thing that gets, filled in because of the attractiveness of it and causing problems. There's a bag of Lucky Charms on the corner of Addison and Lawndale. It's in one of those clear bags that like you would take into a concert. So it's been sitting there for at least a week. Now, I don't know if it's there at this very moment, but it was as of this morning. So somebody took a picture of it, put it up on Twitter, and then it went viral. And now there's just this bag of Lucky Charms in a clear bag on a pole at that corner. And it's drawing a lot of people to go in that area and check it out. A bag of Lucky Charms, kind of like the rat hole.
Well, okay, so what's its villain origin story? Like, what's going on there?
There's no backstory. Just they found it. All of a sudden, walking by, as somebody perhaps they were using that as maybe that was their lunch, and they put it up there for a second, and they left it there, and just a bag of Lucky Charms in a clear bag.
Man, you lost your bag and your charms. That sucks.
Yeah.
That's a double whammy.
Yeah. So it was still there. As far as we know, it's still on site over there, the bag of Lucky Charms.
Where was it again?
So it's at Addison and Lawndale.
Okay.
On that corner, on a pole.
Are you going there, Case?
Well, maybe I want good luck. And maybe also I'm hungry. Maybe I want a bag of Lucky Charms, too.
That's been sitting out in the sun a lot, though.
Probably it's aged. It's marinated. It's like Kobe beef.
I don't think it was the same thing as, like, wine.
Case, you go out there and let us know if it's still there. Disappointingly, it is a full mixture of Lucky Charms, not just the marshmallows.
Not just the marshmallows.
That's terrible. It's Brian and Kenzie on Q101.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101. Lauren's coming in. We'll see if she gets in she was at the live Stone Double Pilot show last night. We'll see how she sounds when she gets in here. So she also has in the next hour the Ticket Blitz Thursday Riot Fest. Our word is good till 10 o'clock. Sublime. Sublime. Text that to 312-591-8300 right now for your chance to get the Riot Fest 3-day passes. And then she comes in at 10. In the 10 o'clock hour, she'll have another keyword. Just keep doing them every hour until we tell you you've won and you can't text anymore. It's pretty easy. Okay, so Case, what do you got for takeaways?
Takeaway from Joe and Downers Grove, POV saved the porn industry.
Disgusting.
No, a lot of noble.
What?
I was going to say a lot of noble work there. I wasn't expecting the sound to play.
The Shannon Sharp audio? You weren't expecting it there?
No, I was not.
And Kenzie was stunned by this POV new development.
I haven't seen it used like that. You guys took a very innocent abbreviation. Usually I'm on TikTok and it's like POV making lunch today. And I was, and you were like, or on other sites, and I was I clutched my pearls. I was unaware.
Now, when you say we, meaning me and Case, we didn't create society. It just happened.
Sounds like you're enjoying it, though.
Oh, I'm not against it.
What?
Kicks ass.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
you're very aware of it.
I don't know who the inventor of POV was, but we need to find him and make a statue of him outside of Soldier Field.
Put him next to Mount Rushmore. He's the fifth head on Mount Rushmore.
Yikes, guys. Don't do that.
Okay,
Come on.
Kenzie, what do you
Not
got?
good.
What do you got for takeaways, Kenzie?
Mitchell's takeaway, yes, the text line does get pictures. No, please don't send your dick pictures.
Oh, jeez. Or your meniscus pictures.
I don't want to see your meniscus all over my timeline.
Finally, Angel texted in, Case will be in the middle of doing it and sees a text from Brian that says, I'm in Wrigley. Should I get Byron's or Cane's? And give him a long answer.
Oh, yeah. Well, the answer's always Cane's.
Yeah. Oh, no. No.
Oh, boy.
You ever been to Byron's?
Yes, I've been to Byron's. I've been to Byron's when I was born yesterday. Yes, I've been to Byron's.
You go to Byron's.
I go to Cane's.
You go to Byron. God, you sound like a dad.
You put your pants on and get over to Byron's.
Sir, yes, sir.
All right, what's on the podcast, Case?
Well, 20 years ago today, Oprah made all of our lives better with one of the most iconic moments in TV. We reminded you what that was today. Also, Shannon Sharp has us reevaluating all of our sex lives. And finally, our 6 a.m. podcast today, POV, Kenzie is horrified.
Yeah, clutching her pearls, as she says.
How dare you? Blasphemy.
Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.